And Warren, they're all alive and safe.
Yeah.
Alive and well and in very good hands.
Oh, dear God, thank you.
I know.
Kristen, so happy for you.
This is Search for Tomorrow.
About 100 miles from Bologna.
Oh, that's amazing. That's amazing.
Yes, it is amazing. Especially since they survived a plane crash and then several days in a very dense and dangerous jungle.
How? How on earth were they rescued?
Well, the government was planning an operation, a military operation, in the same area where the plane went down. They were relying very heavily on the element of surprise, and they didn't want anything to jeopardize that attack.
That explains why they were so reluctant to send a search party.
Yes, it was just simply a case of their own priorities being at the top. When the attack was formed, they sent in a patrol, and that's when Brian, Susie, and Warren were found.
Were they all right?
Well, I think they were in very good health, considering the circumstances.
What do you mean, considering the circumstances? What's that mean?
Warren is fine, Kristen. And Brian, he had quite a few injuries, but he's doing well, too.
What about Susie?
Susie suffered a snake bite.
What?
A few hours. Well, she's all right. As a matter of fact, the commanding officer sent in a specialist right away.
You're sure you're not just telling me this?
She'll be as good as new.
But what about Brian? You said he was hurt badly.
Well, he suffered several broken ribs and internal bleeding. They thought that perhaps there might be blood poisoning, but he was caught in time as well.
Are you sure? Is he in a hospital?
Yes, they're all in a hospital until they recover their strength.
I'm not going to rest easy about this until I see them myself.
When will that be, Rusty? When will they be back?
Well, it can't be too sure about that because there is a revolution going on down there at the present moment. There are no flights in or out of the country.
But they're alive and we want them back.
Are they in danger now? It sounds to me as if they're right in the middle of this fighting.
No, the hospital is a good many miles away from the fighting.
Rusty, when do you think they can come home?
Wendy, I don't have all the answers, but one thing is certain. We're doing everything we can to get them back.
Are you saying that we can't leave here until the Civil War is over?
The country is at a critical point with the rebels right now. We hope it will be over soon.
How soon is soon?
A few days at most.
But it could be weeks, or years for that matter.
That isn't going to happen, señorita.
Hey, wait. What I don't understand is why can't we at least call home?
Well, telephone equipment has been restricted to those with high priority only.
Oh, that's terrific.
Oh, please, don't misunderstand us. We appreciate all that you've done
No
for us.
need to
It's just we've
explain.
been here.
I understand, and I am truly sorry. But you must understand our position. A few days at most. Try to be patient. You will hear from me. Hasta pronto.
Well, at least we don't have to go up in a plane yet. I've been sitting here picturing what it's going to be like going down that runway again.
I wasn't worried about that. I just wanted to go home. I want to see Henderson, and Aunt Jo, and everybody.
Yeah. Yeah, and I've been thinking about Kristen, too. She's probably worried out of her mind. Probably also run out of money, too. Well, there's a reason for me to get back home.
What's going to happen, though, when we do get home? I mean, there have been a lot of changes that we're going to have to explain
All
somehow.
right. Now, look, I've been thinking about that, okay? The way I see it, I owe you my life. Many times over. You too, Sus. So what I'm trying to say is I'm willing to forget about the guns, forget they ever existed, and call the whole thing even.
Look, Susie, I've told you 100 times this business with the guns was a one-time thing. Why don't you want to believe that?
Because you have lied to me too many times.
But, Susie, if you
Brian
would just
is
listen
right.
to...
Look, whatever you do, whatever you did with your life in the past, and whatever you do with it from this point on is your business, Warren.
All right? So Susie and I agree the guns never existed. Now, I don't think we're going to have to worry about questions because no one knew they were there to begin with.
But there are going to be other questions. they're gonna wonder how we got back together, Brian.
All right.
What do we say then?
We were in a life and death situation, right? It was very emotional. And you and I realized just how much we loved each other. That's what happened anyway, isn't it?
Yeah. That's exactly what happened.
Your wrap, milady?
Oh, thank you.
Oh. Oh.
And now it's off to the most romantic table for two the riverboat has to offer.
Do you know something?
Hmm.
You really are wonderful.
You're right.
Oh, Rusty, life is wonderful right now.
That it is, my dear.
Do you think it'd be terribly extravagant of us if we ordered champagne all evening?
No, I think it's very appropriate considering the amount of celebrating we need to do.
Oh, that's true. Those dark clouds do seem to be disappearing. And my music, I'm so happy to get back to that.
Hey, now this trip to New York with Dane, you are excited about it.
Oh, are you kidding? I am counting the days.
I just want you to know that you don't have to prove anything to me.
I know. That's sweet of you to say, though. Oh, Rusty, I really have missed my music so much. I just didn't know how much until Dane made me sing the other night. Do you think he really will be able to help?
Well, why not? He knows the business, he has the contacts. But it's your music, your words, your songs that's going to do the job.
Oh, spoken like a loyal husband.
Spoken like the president of your fan club.
Well, in that case, all I need is a publisher, an arranger, producer, and 999,999 more fans, and I will have my first gold record.
When do you have to leave?
Friday, 9:55 a.m. Darling, you know, I was kidding about the gold record, but do you think it's impossible that I might be able to sell a song?
No, not impossible. If I were a publisher, I'd buy every one of them.
I love you. Oh. I'll get it.
Great.
Hello?
Eliza, it's Rusty.
Hi. It's your father.
I just wanted to let you know that I was going to be home late. Pass the word on to Jimmy.
Well, that won't be necessary. You see, it's Jimmy's night off.
Oh, yes, I forgot.
As a matter of fact, Rusty and, Travis and I were just on our way out as well.
Oh, yes, of course. It's your night on the town, isn't it? Well, I'm going to have a night on the town myself with Aja Doyen.
Oh, well, I do hope you have a pleasant evening.
I thank you. I'm sure we will. I'd suggest a foursome, but I'm sure the two of you would rather be alone.
Yes, as a matter of fact, it is a rather special evening. I'm sure you understand.
Oh, of course I do. Well, the two of you just enjoy yourselves. Forget about everyone and everything and just think of one another.
Thank you, we will. And thank you for calling. Bye-bye.
Well, it's all set. Jimmy's night off. Travis and Liza are going out, and... Ringo, You pay attention to me? This is important.
Yeah, I'm listening.
You can't get it out of your head that your good friend Warren is alive and well, huh?
Well, it's just that it's a shock, you know? I saw them in that plane.
Oh, yeah, sure. And you saw the plane go up. Boom.
I did.
Well, then, they must be very blessed. Now, can we get to the matter at hand?
Okay. So, nobody's in the house, right?
That's right, so it'll be easy to get in. I left a basement window unlatched.
Well, where do I find it?
It's the first window on the left of the service entrance.
Okay. All right, so now I'm in. Then what?
Then you wreck the place, you know. You take the cushions off the chairs and the sofa, you knock over a few things, you rifle the desks. You make sure that you ruin Liza's good housekeeping.
You want me to do that throughout the whole house?
No. I want you to do most of the damage in the living room and in the library, which is off the foyer. Ringo, are you listening to me at all?
I'm trying. I really am trying. It's just that... Warren, I know he's going to be after my blood. I know he's going to say I ran out on them. He'll never believe that I thought they were dead. Not in a million years.
Well, I don't blame him. I don't believe you either.
Thanks a lot.
That's all right. Listen, Ringo, you better get it into your head that Warren is coming back here. You're going to need a friend and a protector. So you better listen to what I want. And what I want is a good job tonight. You understand that?
To Brian and Susie and Warren.
A safe trip home, soon.
You're not toasting.
Oh. Yeah, Kristen, you've been quiet all night. Is something wrong?
I think there's something that I have to say here.
Do you want me to leave?
No, Wendy. Stay, you might as well hear it, too. Do you remember when I told you that Brian was falling in love with me?
Yes.
Well, I thought that he was. Really, I mean, we were spending more and more time together. We were really getting close. Until about the time that he took off for Detroit. See, I think he was forgetting about Susie. I mean, it came to the point where he hardly mentioned her at all anymore. But then this trip to Detroit kind of changed things between us a little bit. And then he went to the Galapagos. I think I know why he went there. It wasn't because he was in love with Susie still. I mean, I think that it was more, he was concerned about her like you'd be concerned about a friend, a good friend, you know? I mean, he was still thinking all these stupid things about Warren.
Yeah, we thought he was being irrational.
But what if I'm wrong? What if he never got over Susie? Stephanie, I love your son so much. I don't know what I'm going to do now.
Well, it seems to me that it's not a choice of what you're going to do, but what Brian's going to do. And I can tell you he's going to marry you.
What if he doesn't want to?
It isn't a matter of choice now, dear. It's a matter of responsibility.
Yeah, to our child, but... Well, what if he doesn't want to marry me?
Oh, Kristen, don't worry about it. When you see him...
Well, I am worried, Stephanie. I'm worried about everything. Even if he decides to marry me, well, how are we going to support ourselves? How are we going to support a baby? I mean, I can't just walk up to him and say, hey, Brian, your whole life has changed. What am I going to say to him? I might as well just go ahead and have the abortion.
Kristen, no.
Well, there's nothing else.
Kristen, I know Brian doesn't have the kind of job right now that he needs to support a family. But I've already told you, you don't have to worry about that. I'll take care of it. You will not have any money worries.
You mean you'd be willing to go through with what we set up with your lawyer?
Oh, honey, yes. Of course, it'll change a little bit. Now that Brian's alive. I'll give the money directly to him. But you don't have a thing to worry about. You and Brian will get married, and your future will be secure. I promise you that.
Hey, thanks.
confession?
Hey, what's that?
I was really relieved that you decided not to tell the truth to anyone about Warren.
I figured the guy's been through enough.
Gun running. So hard to believe.
Not to me, Susie. I've had this guy's number from the beginning.
Yeah, well, I haven't. Talk about being fooled. I mean, when I think about the times that he lied to me with a perfectly straight face, how could I have ever gotten involved with a guy like that?
Come on. I mean, he's a good-looking guy. He's got a certain charm, I guess, and he spent a lot of money on you.
Oh, Brian, that isn't important to me.
Didn't hurt. Come on, flowers, fancy dinners, flying to New York in his private plane. All part of the snow job.
I guess I wanted to be fooled. I was trying to get over you, Brian, through him.
Yeah, well, I was fooling myself, too. How many times I kicked myself for the way I behaved when I was blind. I didn't want you to suffer as much as I was suffering, Susie. I didn't want you bound to me because of guilt.
I wanted to be bound to you, though. I wanted to be with you. It didn't make any difference to me whether you could see or not. If only you had trusted the way I felt about you, none of this would have happened.
I spent so much time trying to remember how it used to be with us. I couldn't even remember what it was like to kiss you.
I was trying to forget about you. And then Warren came along, and he kept me busy and made me feel appreciated, I guess. And I just managed to talk myself into thinking that I had feelings for him.
Hey, you don't have to talk about Warren anymore, right? As far as you and I are concerned, he doesn't exist anymore.
Okay. There is one other thing, though.
Yeah?
I gotta tell you. No, it's not about Warren, though.
It's not about Warren? Get in here, then.
It's about you and me. You gonna be okay?
Yeah.
Oh, careful.
I can talk. You can talk non-stop. Go ahead. For the rest of your
Non-stop?
life. 60 years if you want.
Last night, when we knew that Miguel was going to come in the morning to kill us, I let all those feelings that I pushed way down deep inside of me surface. I didn't tell you, but I was up until dawn until they came for us. Just letting myself love you. Letting myself feel the way I've always felt. Just one more night. I didn't think I'd be able to tell you that.
I'm glad you did.
I'm glad I had the chance to.
You know something?
Hmm.
If we had just done this from the start, sat down and talked to each other honestly, we wouldn't even be in this crazy place.
I know. So we're gonna make a deal here.
What's that deal?
Honesty from now on. Come
Honesty.
on.
You got it.
Promise?
Honesty.
Yeah.
I love you, Sue. I want to spend the rest of my life with
I love you too. I've always loved you. I always will.
Expecting you to call.
Oh, the hotel was on the way.
Oh, good. Did you have a nice dinner?
Yes, I did. And how about you? Did you have a nice evening?
Piece of cake.
No trouble getting in, huh?
No trouble at all.
Did you do everything I told you to?
To the letter.
Tell me about it.
Hey, I'm a pro. Relax.
Tell me about it.
All right, I went through the window.
Yeah. Any sign of Jimmy?
No sign of anybody.
Oh, what then?
Then I made a mess, as per ordered. I'd hate to be the one to clean up that mess.
Look, Ringo, I didn't ask you to vandalize the place.
Who's talking about vandalism, huh? I just made a very careful search, as you told me to. Drawer after drawer, closet after closet.
You made sure it looked like a thorough search.
It was beautiful.
Very good.
The only thing is, I didn't know what I was searching for.
You don't have to know. Yeah, sounds like you did a very good job.
I wanted to order more champagne.
Oh, I think that was enough.
Oh, just one more.